welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday for February 11th, 2025. I'm Jules. I am in my project room. I haven't gotten more Talk to Me Tuesday Block of the Month blocks done. I did get some sewing done and a little designing. I host a paper piecing club at Hip Stitch, and this year I decided to design a 5-inch finished pattern for each month. Everyone that shows up to Paper Piecing Club on a given month will get a free pattern that month that I have designed or that has been designed by a guest designer. So far, I've designed 2. The first one was my half a heart, and I showed y'all that last month. Jennifer O also tested that for me, which was awesome. However, she's currently got a sprained wrist, so she can't test for me right now. As much as she would like to. So I reached out to Jennifer R. in Houston and Abby up in Vermont, and they said they had time to test it for me, and so they already tested it and sent it back to me and said that it's good to go. They didn't have any notes for me, and that was because they got the second version of the pattern. So the first version of the pattern is this. And I've called this Nearly 9, thanks to Jennifer O. We were tossing ideas around, and I said, I think I said nearly 9 patch or almost a 9 patch, and she said, how about nearly 9? And I said, yep, that's it. So the reason I call it that is because it's not really a 9 patch, y'all, but it has basically the squares of a 9 patch floating in negative space. So I just thought it would be fun to do something a little different. I wanted something relatively easy because the heart was a little harder than some of the folks that come to club have done before. So that's why I decided to do a 9 patch, but do a modern take on a 9 patch. And the thing about modern blocks is, in many cases, more negative space. So I made them float. This was the first version, and I'll insert a picture of my first version, and it had way more seams than was necessary, but I did design it like really fast in EQ8. These are my two final tests for it. I had a lot of fun with this. So this one is, I did a heart in January, so I thought about doing a shamrock, but I don't want to be limited to just a holiday, whatever block I make. And so what I did was I used, there's a fabric in here called Lucky Charms from Figo, and I had some left over. This was from a back that I put on a memory quilt I did for a good friend of mine from high school who, when she lost her mom. And this was the background because she's very proud of her Irish heritage. And it's sort of a putty gray with shamrocks on it. So the shamrocks are actually in white on a pale background rather than, a glaring green. So I used that for my background, and then just a really nice green blender. I really like how it turned out. Now I did like my bright green. This was all grunge in the squares, the green squares, but of course this has like way more seams than is necessary. I actually worked on both of these at the same time, and it went together so fast. And even Jennifer R. said she called it a 15-minute block, so I think this is a winner. So this is a fun one, and I will insert a picture because you can't see it. It's so tiny. But I have some fabric, and I think it originally was a scrap that came from Crystal up in Canada. Clumsy Cord is her username, and it has the cutest little hedgehogs and mushrooms, and there's other things too, but that was all that would fit in these size squares. So I'll insert a picture because they're too freaking adorable. But this one I just wanted to be a scrappy one. I wanted to demonstrate using scraps, and then also demonstrate one that just has a couple of colors. So I had a lot of fun with this, y'all. It was really fun. I really like I really like the challenge of designing a block every month. I mean, I've only done 2, so we're early into the year here, but we'll see if I can keep it up. But it's like a snack size design. You know what I mean? I'm not having to worry about what a whole quilt's going to look like. It doesn't matter. I'm just making blocks right now. At some point, I will probably put them into a quilt somewhere. Maybe not all into the same one. We'll see. Doesn't really matter. They'll get used in something at some point, even if it's a charity quilt. It doesn't matter. I'm having fun designing them, and it's a fun exercise for my brain. So, and it also keeps me making, even if I can design something in the morning over coffee. I can sit and play an EQ8. I don't have to get into my sewing room and get out stuff to do that. So I like it. It's fun. That's all I have to show you this week. Here's a get well soon to Jennifer O. I really hope your wrist heals quickly. And I know it just is so frustrating for you not to be able to do the things you want to do. And I also want to say a big thank you to Jennifer R. and Abby for testing this block for me with no notice whatsoever. So thanks so much. I hope y'all are finding time to be crafty. And I will see you next week. Bye!